First thing I'm going to do when I change strings is I check the frets, and if they are sharp on either side, prohibiting my fingers to run nice and smoothly up and down, I will use a soft nail file with a variety of different coarseness. You can buy those in drugstores or on Amazon, and I will tweak those a little bit very carefully so I'm not scratching up the fretboard. And so let's go do that right now. So what I do is carefully outdo the edge of the fret and then either side a little bit. Now I'm taking the fine and also polish the rosewood a little bit, so if I have any scratches. Next, before a string change, I'll do my lemon oil. And lemon oil, I'm only doing maybe once a year, so I'm not doing that every time. Once a year should be plenty. And some people don't even do it at all, but it's probably good to give. This is only for rosewood or ebony. You don't need to do a maple fretboard with anything at all. So you can rub it in with your hands. This lemon oil has a nice little sponge in front, so it's Dunlop lemon oil, works really well. Bought that at the local music store. And you can also do the sides a little bit. Maybe just give a little application. So that's good. Smells really nice too. And then you can polish it off. And you don't have to worry about the rest of your guitar, it won't hurt it. It's just an oil. Of course, if your fretboard is really dirty, grumpy, so forth, use a toothbrush to get into the frets. Next thing we'd like to do, and that's something you want to think about it every so often. Make sure that these are always tightened. We forget about those, and if you play frequently, you strap your guitar on and off and on and off. Eventually these things come a little loose. Wood contracts and expands depending on humidity. So I would check those every so often, making sure that they're nice and tight. And also your strap locks on your strap, make sure that it's nice and tight. There's nothing worse than, a guitar falling off your body while you're playing, right? Not good for the guitar. Okay. So we can clean around the guitar too a little bit. This would be time to give it a polish. I'm not going to do that. She's really clean. So it's a fairly new guitar, so I'm just had to do a few adjustments. Okay, next strings are off. I'm gonna make sure that these are tight. There we go. Alright, so I'm ready for the string change. I put all the strings through the saddle, through the holes there, and they're just hanging around. Alright, there's hundreds of tutorials on how to do that. So here's one more, I guess. I try to keep my string trees at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, the holes, and I go in from the top. Actually, what I do first is I stretch and I come to the second post and I make a crank here. Okay. Then I go in from the top, pull it through. There we go. So now I'm ready to start winding. And the first wind, I want to be on top of that string coming out. Okay, so it's, I'm on top. And the next one, I want to be under. There we go. So under. So that gives me about 2 windings with the first one going on top of this and then the subsequent ones going underneath of it. Okay, and that should hold pretty good. We will have to do some stretching afterwards, but the first one is in. So you keep doing this, always keep 2, and then maybe for the last 2 leave a little more, so you have a few more windings on the non-wound strings. Okay? Clip. There we go. Now we're just going to tune it. So the guitar is tuned up, and now we just need to stretch. Just grab your strings, and you do that until they basically stay tuned. So we're getting close, but that takes time. And tomorrow you might have to do it again, next time you play with it. Because the neck probably adjusts now a little bit too. It has been without tension for a bit before we put the new strings on. There's a lot of forces at play. Okay, all done. Strings are on, ready to rock and roll. After a string change, it's always good to check intonation as well. So just check the intonation, make sure that you get an E note on an open string and an E note on the 12th fret. It's probably all good from last time, but it's always good to check it and adjust it. And if you don't know how to do it, check it out. I'm sure there's a nice YouTube video out there that explains how to do it. So just to recap, when you do a string change, okay, tighten your posts. You can check for sharpness on the frets. You can lemon oil it, no more than once a year, I would suggest. You can retighten your strap locks. And then of course, just some other cleaning, polishing, if you need to. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you very much.